Did you know that beef and broccoli stir fry did not originate in China? It is, however, a favourite around the world as a quick meal for home or to take out. Welcome to Easy Delicious Cooking. My name is Alex and I love to cook for my family and friends. And on our first question, it originated in San Francisco in the 1920s.
Easy delicious cooking for my family,
I've got a cut of meat here called blade. It's a tough cut, it's a cheap cut. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slice it into portions for the meal, and I'm going to marinate it to soften it and to tenderize it. So first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this fat, because I know it's flavor, I just don't want it. And the sin, I know, I just don't want it. And there's the meat. Now the grain is moving this way, so there's a nice flat edge there. So I'm going to cut these into thin slices. They're going to go into the bowl where they'll be marinated, and I'll show you that next. So let's just finish cutting this meat. I've got 600 grams of meat as well. Okay, here are the marinade ingredients. I've got a tablespoon of cornstarch, a tablespoon of baking powder or baking soda, many different names. Got a tablespoon of olive oil in here, some white pepper, some water, oyster sauce, tablespoon of oyster sauce. Anyway, and light soy. All the ingredients are to be found in the notes. So what we do now is take my ring off, because we have to add these to the mixture, the meat. And once we mix it all, I'm going to leave this aside for 8 minutes so it'll tenderize the meat, but I need to really work it into the meat. So the first thing I'll do is just add the cornstarch and just sprinkle it over. Like that. The baking soda. And all the liquids. Mix them well. And there's no getting away from it. Use your hands to really work all those marinated ingredients into the beef. Don't be shy. Because what's going to happen after 8 or so minutes, that's all it needs. I will wash all this off and pat it dry so the meat is nice and dry after it's been marinated, and then it becomes ready for cooking. So there we are. The meat has, all the ingredients have been mixed together with the meat. So now we'll set this aside for 8 minutes and we'll get back to it. Okay, got the vegetables here. I'll start with the broccoli. Cut the root off. And now broccoli definitely doesn't need a lot of time to cook. I'm going to show you that I will cook it for about a minute in the boiling water. Take it out, put it in a nice bath, and that'll be ready. We continue to prepare the vegetables. And with these onions, I'm not going to dice them finely. Look, onions are usually not in the traditional recipe of beef and broccoli, but I like onions, so I'm going to put them in. So I'm going to cut them roughly, and I'll break them up into this size chunks, and they will be ready to cook. Now again, you prepare the food to your preference. We're all different. Change the recipe, don't be afraid to change it and experiment, because your taste will inevitably be different to mine. And what I like doesn't mean that you're going to like it. So anyway, I've said this a few times, I'm pretty sure I have. With the garlic and ginger, well, with the ginger, what I'm going to do, dice it. This is the ginger. This is what the rest of it's going to look like once I've finished dicing it. And with the garlic, I'll just get the garlic press and just press it in. So you can see what I'm doing. So I'll finish prepping the ginger and the garlic. I've already got the broccoli ready. The meat is just about ready to be washed. So I'll finish this off and I'll get to the meat. Okay, here's all the ingredients. Prepped: spring onions, normal onions, ginger, carrots and broccoli. Now it's time for the meat I'm going to wash the meat and bring it out here and I'll pat it dry. So I'll show you what I do there. Here's the meat. Now I'm going to pat this with a bit of paper toweling, and why I do that is because when I stir fry it, I want to fry it. I don't want to boil it. So use just this paper towel and try and soak up as much of the water as you can. And with the washing, by the way, what you do is you have it under running water and you mix it and you empty it until the water is not cloudy anymore. Fill it, mix it, and you're never going to dry it completely, but you'll take most of the moisture out of it, which is what we want. The mise en place is almost ready. The next thing we do is prepare the sauce. Here's all my sauce ingredients ready. Now, I put 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce in this and 1 tablespoon of hoisin sauce, because I like the flavour of the hoisin sauce. It's milder, it's got a little bit of sweetness to it. But of course, you change it to whatever you like. You want to put more soy sauce in, it becomes more salty, that's your choice. So what I've got now is some water on the boil. Once it boils, some salted water on the boil. Once that boils, I'm going to put the broccoli in there for a minute. That's it. Then I've got an ice bath ready, and they'll go in the ice bath so they can... Here we go. The broccoli now was in the water literally for a minute, the salted water, and I've put them into this ice bath and stops the cooking process. So what does that do? It retains the crunchiness, it retains that vibrant green color, which is what I want from broccoli. So this is already cooled down, so what I'll do now is I will strain it. I'm going to drain it, and then it has the broccoli ready to cook. Okay, the oil is starting to sizzle. Give it a bit more. Then we'll add the meat in batches. If I put too much meat in there, it'll start boiling instead of frying. I've got a lot of the bottom is covered with burnt fat and what have you. I'll deglade that later at the end because that's all flavour. I don't want to lose that. Okay, that's your first batch done. So we'll take that out. So we'll take the second batch out. And lower the heat. And next thing we'll do is we'll put the onions in and the carrots. And we'll cook them for a minute. Mix them up nicely. Keep mixing these. Put the heat up so we can get some caramelization on the onions, and to do that, of course, we need to get the onion to release all the liquid that's in there. And that's why I don't add the ginger and the garlic now, because if I do, that will certainly burn, and it can taste quite bitter if it burns. Okay, the next thing we do is add the garlic and the ginger, and that should stay in there for no more than 1 minute. Keep mixing it. Add the spring onions. They're only going to get cooked for just a few seconds. In goes the broccoli, that beautiful bright green broccoli. It's already cooked, so mix it all together. And believe it or not, we're almost done. Okay, adding the beef in. And all those juices. So now is the time to add the sauce. Give it a final mix. One every drop of this delicious sauce in there. Give it a nice mix. So, very easy to make, as I've shown you. You can serve this with some rice. I'm not going to, but that's your choice. And the last thing I need to add is some sesame, which I'll do now. Just a tiny little bit of sesame. And that's it, the meal's done.